What's up, family? So, as you probably already know by now, um, Betsy DeVos was confirmed by Congress. It was a 50-50 split with two Republicans jumping ship, to whom I have absolute respect for. And I've always said before, and I'll say it again, I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. If you're working towards my best interest and the interest of the greater good, then I don't care. I'll vote for you any day. And so, unfortunately, they're not people that represent me in New York, so, what can I say? But hats off to them. I know it's going to be a challenging rest of the year for them just because people are going to look at them and say, you betrayed us, but I definitely respect their position. Good for them. Of course, well, let me not say of course. The vote was broken. The tie was broken by Vice President Pence, who was also president of the Senate. And so in those situations, a vice president can come in and be the tiebreaker. And from what I understand, this is the first time in the history of Congress that this has ever happened, which says two things to me. It says, one, that there really is a rift between different groups of people, the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats, almost to a man, voted for this woman to be now in charge of your children's education. And from what I understand, her work in Michigan trying out new things was disastrous. Now, I don't live in Michigan, so I don't have a point of reference. I'm just going by what was said by one of the politicians that, represents Michigan. And they say nothing good can come out of what she's doing. But, what it says to me is that the Republicans, even in the face of knowing that there is a problem with this person, are going to vote straight across the line for these people because they want to stay in lockstep. That's probably what they were doing. Everyone was clowning around thinking that, okay, these guys aren't even thinking about this woman. She's not going to get confirmed. They're going to, some resort in Florida to sit down and schmooze, big money contributors, and they're just going to leave her floundering. No, it looks like what they had planned to do all along was, listen, regardless of whatever happens, we're going to go and have this food. We're going to get this money. We're going to confirm her. Our vice president is going to be the tiebreaker because we know we got two traitors, and we're going to keep it rolling. And I think that's what we can expect from the rest of the confirmations for the foreseeable future. All right. I'm hoping and praying that Senator Sessions does not get confirmed. But, now that the whole disaster with Betsy DeVos is out of the way, the probably considerably one of the weakest links in the chain, there's no reason to believe that, the rest of these guys will not get confirmed. So there's that. And just to tell people, listen, if you're a Republican, if you really respect and follow your leadership's train of thought, then, there's nothing else I can say about it. But for the rest of us, it's just another message to us telling us that these people are going to do whatever they have to do to maintain power and to strip whatever power that we have to try and get back into power. So it's upon us to do what we need to do. Keep the calls coming. Keep sending those emails in. Keep protesting. Keep getting in the face of these representatives. Let these people know we're going to vote you out. There's no more warnings. There's no more, can you do something for us? No, because they're already showing you that they're not interested in your best interest. They're only interested in towing the party line, even if it means the death of this country. And I don't say that lightly. I mean it very, very seriously. All right. The president's reckless language is putting our troops at risk overseas. And I can tell you right now, if I'm overseas right now, if I'm deployed and I'm hearing this stuff in real time like everybody else is hearing this stuff, the people that we're supposed to be helping, they're looking at us as like enemies. The first thing I'm doing is getting on the hotline, calling my family at home saying, listen, find me the best bullet-resistant armor you can find me and ship it to me ASAP. I'll pay for it. I don't care. I don't care. Just send it. Dragon scale, whatever. Chainmail, send it to me. I need it. You know? That's me. That's just me. Anyway, so that's that. All right. So now the next thing that really broke my heart, but once again, I understand what we're dealing with here. Last night, Elizabeth Warren was trying to read a letter from Coretta Scott KIng that she had written in regards to Jeff Sessions, who was trying to vie for Attorney General, the most powerful law enforcement position in the United States government. And seeing that she was reading the letter, and I guess Mitch McConnell decided, okay, you know what? It's a long-ass letter, and it's derogatory language towards one of the senators. And apparently there's some language, I guess, in their books that states that you can't use the derogatory language against a fellow senator. And, so supposedly they warned her, and she continued to keep reading it. And then finally, he requested that, she be barred from speaking anymore. And she tried to reach out to the guy that was in charge. I forget exactly how the language works, but she tried to reach out to the person in charge, and he held up McConnell's position that she's not going to be allowed to speak. And in fact, what they've done is, let me see if I can read it. It's coming from the Hill. Senators rebuked Warren in a 49-43 party line vote, rejecting Warren's push to overturn a ruling by Senate Republicans that she had violated rules during a Senate floor speech. Warren needed a simple majority to overturn the ruling by Senate. Steve Daines, who was presiding over the Senate during the Massachusetts Democratic speech, I'm reading this thing wrong. So the move means the progressive senator won't be allowed to speak from the floor until after the Senate wraps up its debate on Sessions' nomination, expected to occur on Wednesday evening. So, once again, if there's any question in your mind about the direction that the Republicans are going into, there shouldn't be any more question. All right. It's safe to say, like I said before, that all of the other cabinet positions that Trump is trying to push through, there's a good chance that most, if not all of them, are going to be approved. There's a very good chance that Jeff Sessions' nomination will probably be confirmed, although I am hoping against hope that some people will see that, okay, you know what, he wasn't that good of a person then, and he probably hasn't changed that much since then. Because my feeling is like this: if the man came out honestly and said, listen, I've said some things in the past and they were wrong, and this is my act of contrition, and I understand that this is a high position. I ask for your forgiveness. If he had done that before, that would have been something. Even if he had done it now during the conversations. But I'm wondering out loud, has anyone ever actually stepped to him and said, listen, do you regret any of the things you said in the past? Because you said a lot of things, and you've done a lot of things. Do you at least regret these things? And I bet you that if he were to say, yes, I do, with all my heart, I honestly do. I mean, I never meant for anyone to look at me as a racist person. And I mean with honesty. I think that people might actually be leaning towards, giving him the nod. But me personally, if I was in the position that most of these Democrats are in, I would not do it. Each of those representatives needs to stand up and say, no, we're not going to confirm them. If you want him in that position, you're going to have to do like you did for Betsy DeVos. You're going to have to do a party line vote, and if there's a tie, then Mr. Pence will have to come in and he'll have to do that again. But we're not going to do it. And this is what we're going to have to continue to do for the rest of the time that we're in. All right. Remember, we got elections coming up, big elections for Senate and Congress and representatives coming up in November 2018. So put that in your calendar, November 6, 2018. I'm about ready to hit 10-minute mark, so I'm going to start crawling on out here to get ready to work. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm gonna try and light up the mood somehow, some way, because I mean, it seems like every time we turn around, these guys are giving us bad news. But this is what they do. This is their agenda. And as much as I'm upset and angry at these people, I understand exactly what it is they do. And I understand that our response has to be in kind. We have to push our agenda. We got to keep pushing hard and let these people know that they're not going to bully us. They're not going to just force their agenda down our throats and continue to do whatever they want to do. Because let's be honest, they're not interested in the best for this country. They're interested in what's best for their wallet. They're interested in what's best for their big money constituents who want to break this country to pieces. That's it, guys. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a great day. I will come at you with some other stuff very, very soon. I'm getting this camera ready. I'm getting my editing skills up to snuff, and I'm promising you these videos are going to be much, much better coming down the road. All right. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.